the most sparkling bag for your elegant occasions. But first, welcome back to the Macrè Bag YouTube channel. I'm Martina, and today I'll show you how to make the Sabrina bag. I've been a bit absent this past month because sales have exploded, so I've been busy with organization, warehouse management, and order shipping. I thank you all because there are truly so many of you who trust me, my business, and my collaborators more and more. And anyway, now I'm back. Today I'll show you how to make this bag. It's truly very simple and absolutely beginner proof. In fact, we made this single panel, which is all in one piece, using single crochet stitches, made a side seam, and finally added our accessories to finish it off. These you see are the closures, these accessories like the chain and the rings. It's truly simple, beginner proof. So even if you've never picked up a crochet hook, this tutorial is for you. And now, as always, I'll show you all the instructions, explain all the details to follow in the tutorial, while my mom shows you how to do it. But first, the necessary supplies. As always, you can find everything on our shop, macrebag.it, and you'll need just one ball of pandorino. In this case, we used silver Lurex, but there are other colors available, both Lurex and classic. Then you will need 2 openable snap rings, which we are going to put on either side to make the handle. Next, take 1 meter of chain, a simple bag chain, not the larger or heavier ones, and then 2 closures like this with the tabs attached. See, we sewed them on and simply used them as a closure. To work with this yarn, which is our pandorino, it's a truly super elastic yarn, we used a number 7 crochet hook. I recommend you try between a 7 and an 8 to see which one works better for you and which one you work better with. Anyway, you can find all the instructions and measurements down in the description. I'll also leave the link to our shop so you can go directly to see all the yarns. And there are also many other types of yarns, accessories, tutorials, and even the kit to make the bag. I'll say goodbye and see you at the end of the video. Let's take our yarn. In this case, we have the silver pandorino, see how bright it is, and a number 7 crochet hook. Let's start by making the first loop, which is the initial knot you need to make to secure the crochet hook. And there we go. Now we continue by making the chain stitches. We need to make a total of 25. If we also take the small loop into account, there will be 26. Let's make all the necessary chain stitches and then continue with the next rows. And here are our chain stitches. There are a total of 25 plus 1 loop. And this is the result. Now I have to go and make the first row of single crochet stitches. So I skip 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and I have to go into the third. And so I don't go into the chain stitch. But I have to turn the work and take the little loop that's behind these little loops. This way the work looks more defined and more beautiful. So now I take my crochet hook, I skip over the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, then I turn the chain and take the back loop, which is this one right here. So I go in with the hook right here, just like this. See, from the front, it looks like this, with the hook going in like this. Now I yarn over, pull it through, I have these 2 loops, yarn over again and close. And so I've made a first single crochet, but taking not the chain stitch, but the back loop. I continue. See, this is the next little loop. So I go in with the hook and make a single crochet, yarn over and pull through. I have these 2 loops, yarn over again and close. Again, the next stitch, see, yarn over and pull through. And I continue like this. I'll have to do this for a total of 24 single crochets. So let's continue until we reach the final stitch, which is the loop. And at the loop, I'll have to go in and work differently. We'll show you how to do it anyway. This is the work. Try it and see if you can also make this first row of single crochet stitches. Once the first row is done, you see the result will be this, and let's show the difference from the side. And why did we work like this? See, this is the result. You can see the row like this. This is the starting point for the whole panel. Now I'm working the last stitch. I hold the shorter tail with my hands and insert the crochet hook into the stitch. Right here, you see, I yarn over the hook and pull it through while still holding the thread with my fingers. I yarn over the longer thread again and finish with a single crochet stitch. And there we go, I've completed the entire very first round. This is the result, you see? The silver color is really beautiful. Now I'll make a chain to raise the work. I turn the work over like this, and now I have to start working the very first row of single crochet stitches. I'm starting now to work the second row of single crochet stitches. There should be a total of 23 stitches, 24 if you also count the initial chain stitch. Remember this number because it must stay the same for all the following rows. And now let's make some very simple single crochet stitches. I'll show you how to do it. So I insert the hook into the first stitch right here in this stitch. You see, I've caught both loops, these two. Now I yarn over and pull it through. I have these two loops, I yarn over again and close it. This stitch is a basic one. It's very, very simple. Now I'll go into the next stitch. Here too, I'm catching both loops. I yarn over and pull it through, then I yarn over again and close it. Like this, let's show the last ones. Insert and yarn over, pull through, yarn over again and close it. Once again, I insert into the stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over again and close it. You see, in the step where I insert and pull the thread, I pull it up slightly. Let's see it again. I insert, yarn over from back to front. In this way, I pull it through. Now you see, I pull it up a bit to try to make them both reach the same height. 1 and 2, I yarn over again. And close both. Now let's go faster. I've already shown you since we have to do these stitches until the end of the row. I'll show you how to finish and move on to the next row. And please follow this method and make a total of 24 stitches. There must be 24 stitches for each row. Count them every now and then to see that there are no errors and that you haven't skipped any stitches. Finish this second row too. Let's do the very last stitch. The result for now is this. Very, very simple, but you'll see it better later on. I'll do the last stitch, go in here, this little loop, taking both loops, yarn over and pull through. Yarn over, and I'm going to close both of them together. Now again, I'll make a chain to raise the work. I'll have to do this step every single row. So at the end of every single row, and turn the work to start row number 3. Now we'll move on here. We'll continue making these rows, remember, of 24 single crochets. These are really very, very simple. If you didn't quite get it, rewind the video and see the steps we explained before. We need to make, including these rows that we have already completed, a total of 48 rows of single crochet stitches. So we will be making a fairly long panel. We'll move forward, we'll show you the result obtained and how to proceed. And here are all 48 rows of single crochets with our little panel, and the result will be this. The height of the panel is about 40 centimeters. Now we have to go and fold this panel. I've added a stitch marker here, as you see. But the panel must be folded into exactly 3 identical parts to give shape to the bag, so the clutch will have this shape and size. Fold it exactly in half, and you too put a stitch marker to mark the exact measurement. Now let's take the crochet hook back in the last row worked, and I'm basically going to close. So I'll pull the thread about 10 to 15 centimeters and cut it. Now I'll take this thread and insert it into the yarn needle in this way, like so, and I have to go and make a seam along the entire length of the panel here, in this way, to go and hide and fix the thread. So I'll take the eye of the needle, not the tip, and I'm going to make some small knots like this in order to fix it. I have to carefully go inside one loop and the other, therefore not pass through it in this way, and fix the thread. I'll make approximately at least 10 knots. Let's move forward and make these knots, and we'll arrive approximately up to where the seam will be made. So below our stitch marker, let's show it better. You see, we have to get roughly up to here, so that the end of the excess thread won't be visible later. If the thread still sticks out, cut a bit off and burn the ends. Here's the panel. See, we've brought the thread to here. Now we're going to cut this excess thread with scissors and burn the ends. See, like this, with a lighter. We cut, we burn the tip. There we go. And now let's move on to sewing the panel. Now, even before doing the seams, you see I've added this stitch marker to indicate the exact spot. With my finger, I go to the other side. See, always following the same row, and I fix it here too. This way the work is definitely much more precise. So stitch marker and stitch marker. Now you see we take our panel, we turn it over because we basically have to work on the inside of the bag. So I fold it like this, and I'm going to count exactly down here stitch by stitch, so I put them side by side in this way. Now I take the new thread, I go into the first stitch on one side, the first stitch on the other, and I yarn over. See, I bring it to the other side, thus forming this loop. I yarn over again and pull through. So I've made a first stitch. This is basically the equivalent of a single crochet, and I make single crochets to give a bit more thickness to the side of my bag. Now I go into the next stitch in both of them, like this. See, I also bring the shorter thread, in this case to secure it. I put it on top, yarn over, and pull it out. These two loops, I yarn over again and close. Let's show it slowly again. I go into the stitch, I go into the next stitch. I bring the shorter thread with me. See, I put it in front so as to close it. I yarn over and pull it out, then I pull the loop. I lengthen it as we did before. I yarn over again and close. And I do this work until I reach the top part, the last stitch of our seam, up to this corner here. And we'll show you then how to move forward. The work is always the same, mind you. Always bring the shorter thread along to secure the seam and not have to do a seam later on. So let's do the very last stitch. So I go into this little loop here, into the ones where we have the stitch marker. Yarn over, pull it through, lengthen it slightly, and yarn over again. Now we finished the seam on one side, I have to do the other one too. I have to sew the other part, the other end, in the same way. To avoid cutting the thread and starting the seam all over again, I'm going to do a round, in this case of single crochet, along this area, this part here of the panel. So let's start doing a round of slip stitches along this part of the panel. I go into the first stitch, yes, yarn over the hook and pull it through. I have these two loops, I close them together. And this is a slip stitch. Next stitch, yarn over the hook, pull it through and close two loops together. Like this more quickly, we do this for all the following stitches until reaching the other end. When we get to the other end, we'll then start with the seam again. We'll show you how to do it. I'm at the other end, you see. We've done all these slip stitches, this is the result, and now I have to sew the other part. As before, you see, I go into the first stitch, this one here, from this side, and I go into the stitch where the stitch marker is, which is the outermost one. Now I can also remove it. I reinsert the hook, yarn over the hook and pull it through like this, two loops, yarn over again and close. And I do this for all the stitches of the seam. I go into the next stitches 1 and 2. I check well that they are parallel to each other, yarn over and close. Again, yarn over and close. like this. And I continue in this way, doing all the seams until the last stitch. Let's also do the last stitch of the seam like this. You see, it's closed up. And here is the result of the seam on the other side. Now I pull the thread about 10 to 15 centimeters and I cut it. Like so. Now I'll rethread the yarn needle and start my stitching. And we'll begin by carefully stitching into the knots once again, just as we did before. We'll be working backwards along the entire length of the seam that we have just finished. Do 5 or 6 stitches, making sure everything is secure, and as before, trim off any excess yarn and gently singe the end. With the bag's body finished, we've attached these magnetic clasps. It's a brand new model we didn't have in our shop before. You see, it actually has these free tabs right here, and they're added to the bag by sewing them on. So we've positioned 3 of the magnets we're using so far, or rather 2.5, because these are the female magnets that go on the fixed part of the bag. And this one we've already attached is the male part. See, we've placed it at the edge of all sides so it closes properly and aligns perfectly. So do this test before you sew them on. We'll show you how to do it now. Let's open it back up. We take the missing piece, which is the male part for this one, place it here and close it to see exactly where to attach it. So you see, I do this, and now I open it again, holding the magnet too. I'll open the other side as well. And now, holding it in place, I'll sew it on. We'll take a yarn needle and thread and make small internal stitches. Make sure not to go through to the other side of the panel, otherwise it'll show and look messy. So I'm only catching a few internal knots. And now I am making these stitches. I am carefully inserting the needle and sewing thread. Let's do at least 10 stitches like this to make sure it is secure, and then we'll cut the thread. So 10 stitches for each of the 4 tabs. You can do even more if you want to be absolutely sure it's secure. And to finish it off, we make this little knot like so, just like this. So now I've finished sewing one of my tabs, so we either cut the thread or weave it through the knots like this. The other end of the panel, so that we don't have to cut the thread and then go on to work on the other tab, which is located on the other side, on the far side. So you see, we move forward. We carefully repeat this process for each of the 4 tabs of the magnet, one by one, and then the bag is ready to use. With the final step complete, the Sabrina bag is finally ready, and this is exactly how it will look. As always, I recommend visiting our online shop to see everything you need. You can find it at macrebag.it. So we'll say goodbye for now and see you in the next tutorial.